sun is just a rock, and that Jupiter is just a rock, or Mars, and there's some buffoons try and tell me on my YouTube channel, they make comments like, oh, Santos, you know, you're worshipping all the stones in heaven, that's idealistic and everything like that. Well, I mean, I've got no time for opinionated idiots who don't understand anything about the universe. The universe it's an electric universe, and mind thinking is electric. And the electric currents create all the forms that we see, and everything is animated and living. Even the dust, the space dust, is just snap frozen bacteria. Bacteria. It's life. It's freeze dried bacteria. In other words, the space dust, as it comes through space and it lands on the Earth, it brings life. Everything's got life in it. Everything's bacteria and everything's living. Everything is plasma. It's a conscious living organism, the whole universe. So how can you take a star or a moon or a satellite or an asteroid and say, oh, that's unconscious, this part is unconscious? You see, this is what unconscious human beings do. They think that they are the only conscious things in the universe and everything else is unconscious. This is what evolution teaches. You know, Darwinian evolution teaches this sort of stupid kind of thinking where humans think that we are the greatest thing in the universe and the only sentient, reasonable beings that there are. This is ridiculous. We're all part of the one cosmic, conscious, living organism, and that's how the universe is and always will be. So if these guys think that planets and stars can't affect us and can't have any influence over us, well, as above, so below. Every star or atom that is in your body, every single one has its counterpart in the heavens. And that's what Giordano Bruno was teaching. That's what all the Hermetists have ever taught. And that's what all the true knowers have ever taught, because they know. They don't think. They don't believe. They know.
It was kind of funny to hear this doctor, you know, from a very, you know, respected university here, which is very sad to hear a guy like this speak. Apart from the way he presented his material, it just didn't make no sense. But you know, he was talking about there was millions and millions of galaxies and so forth, and not once did he mention. And he also criticized, you know, you shouldn't focus on extraterrestrials and all this nonsense. But it just made no sense for him to present that there's millions and millions of galaxies, which he was saying, but yet doesn't talk about that there could be life forms in these other places, you know. So I mean, it just makes no sense. And then he also mentioned that you know, how the moon has an effect on the ocean. I'm like, but so what makes you think that it only has an effect on the ocean but not on us, on human beings, when we're 75% water? You know,
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, they just don't know. They just can't hear themselves. You know, it's just what you're saying, I think, Santos. You know, they're just so unconscious and they're so wrapped up in their own little world. And because they have this title of doctor, that they have the answer to how things work outside, inside, above, and below. But you've tied in the astrotheology with, now you've been mentioning a lot how the whole information is within, right? Is within, with this within the head, within the body. But what about, I've heard you talk a lot about what's in our head, right? In our head, and getting this oil up. But what about the rest of our body, our other organs? You know, what role do they play in awakening or becoming enlightened? Like our lungs, I don't know, our heart, our liver, our kidneys. You know, what role do they play in this that you've been investigating, Santos?
Well, they all play their part. The liver, the kidneys, the gallbladder, the lungs, the brain, the heart. All of these organs are part of the whole process. And that's why we need to eat good food, drink good food, water, have good thoughts, do kind acts of loving kindness for our brothers and sisters everywhere we go, because it's all a holistic process. There's nothing that doesn't partake of it. Even even your even your fingernails, even the hair on your head, everything partakes in this ascension. Everything, as your light. See, our bodies are light bodies. They're Christ bodies. Christ is light. You see, and these light bodies, these Merkaba vehicles, these beautiful torus field of electromagnetic energy that we are, as it goes up and down the spine, and it just keeps growing in light. Our beautiful auras. It's all a holistic process. The organs are all involved with it. The spleen is connected to our etheric body.